it was very casual. We were just kind of walking off the field, and he was like, "So what you gonna do?" I said, "I'm gonna come back next year." He was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I'm excited. Let's go to Atlanta." And I was like, "Yes, sir. Let's make it happen."
There on the field, the pride of the Southland band crisply marches into the Giant T. The rear, the roar of 97,000 fans rises with each rhythmic step. In the background, George Beatsis is singing "Fight, Balls, Fight." The orange and white Shakers flood the air. The Volunteers are ready at the north end of the football field to burst through the gate. They're coming now, racing onto the field through the Giant T. In that magic moment that says, wherever you are, it's football time in Tennessee.
Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. We are less than a month away from kickoff, year 2 of the Josh Heupel era. A lot of excitement, a lot of energy on Rocky Top, a lot of chatter about where does this football team end up in 2022. But some of the talking heads, some of the experts, some of these people out there in the media are going big. They are predicting Tennessee to knock off one of the top teams in the SEC. Most recently, Roman Harper went on to the Paul Feinbaum show and said Tennessee will beat either Georgia or Alabama in 2022. Do you believe it? We're going to get into it. We're going to break it down. As always, do me a favor. Go ahead and smash that like button just below the video. It's quick, it's free, it's easy. Also, if you're new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts. We're not insiders. We are fans just like you, for the fans, by the fans. If you like what we do, make sure you subscribe. Click that bell for notifications. You won't miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. I'll be live tonight, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, just like I am every single Tuesday night, playing a little NCAA football, but it's not just that. It's not just video games. It is a hangout. We talk Vol football all night long. So drop in, hang out. Hope to see you in the chat. But let's jump into this article. This is over on 247sports.com. Tennessee football. Roman Harper says that the Vols will beat Alabama or Georgia in 2022. Now, when I hear that, the first thing that I do is I start to question it. Does Tennessee, can they? Can they? Yes, they can. Tennessee can beat Alabama. They can beat Georgia, but what they have to do, they have to go out and execute. They have to go out and play perfectly. A team like Alabama, a team like Georgia, they can go out and make mistakes and still beat Tennessee. But Tennessee has to play perfectly in order to go compete and beat a team like Alabama or Georgia. So I ask why? Why are these people out there in the national media picking Tennessee to knock off one of the big boys in the SEC? Is it for clicks, or do they truly feel that Tennessee is on the way back? Because, for a lot of us, it's battered Vol syndrome. Every time we get a new coach, we feel like things are heading in the right direction, but it just feels different this time around. It feels different with Josh Heupel. Seeing him at Media Day, he seems to have a confidence factor about him. He is ready to go. He believes. He buys in. That's why I love the quote from Hendon Hooker that I played at the top of the video. They truly believe that they can end up in Atlanta. Let's go take a look at what Roman Harper had to say on the Paul Feinbaum show. It says most expect Tennessee football to take a decent leap in its second year under Coach Josh Heupel, but former Alabama defensive back Roman Harper is higher on the Vols than most. In fact, he went so far as to say that Tennessee has a good shot at upending his alma mater or Georgia this season, which would be quite the upset. Says here, joining the Paul Feinbaum show on Monday, Harper revealed why he felt comfortable making such a bold prediction. Here's the quote from Harper. Says this team is a team that's on the rise right now. Tennessee is going to play big time. Spoiler this year, they will beat Georgia or Alabama. I went on to say that Tennessee's offense is his main source of confidence in a big year. I have Tennessee as the third best team in the conference right now, Harper said. That is because you bring back this offense, and as I continue to watch football over and over and over, it's really hard to defend. They're able to run the football successfully with their offensive line. That takes all the pressure and takes all the pressure off and puts all the pressure on everyone else defensively. So that's a quote from Roman Harper. He believes that this offense is going to have so much success that Tennessee is going to go out and win football games. He has them as the third best team in the SEC behind Alabama or Georgia. But guys, if Tennessee goes out and they knock off one of the big two and they take care of business, is 10-2 possible? Is 11-1? What is possible for this football team? The sky's the limit. Now, do I believe it? Do I truly believe that Tennessee will go out and beat Alabama or Georgia? No, I've said it all year long. I've got Tennessee losing those two games. And then when you look at the remainder of the schedule, going on the road to play LSU, the Florida game, Florida is Florida. In the words of Brent Hubbs, I have to see it to believe it. It's going to be a tough game to win. Should Tennessee beat Florida? Absolutely. Will they beat Florida? We'll have to wait and see. That LSU game on the road is going to be tough, and I keep saying it. Some of you guys don't see it. You don't agree with it. You say, Boogie, you got a T-shirt out there that says Kentucky's daddy. Why are you scared? Kentucky scares me, and so does South Carolina. The amount of talent that South Carolina added through the transfer portal concerns me in 2022. But the bottom line is Tennessee, I believe they have the talent. They can go out there and compete with anybody in the country. Josh Heupel talking about believing you can win, expecting to win, hoping you can win. The difference in those statements. Does this team truly expect to win? Another quote here from Harper. He goes on to say you can only have 5 or 6 guys in the box at a time. Those are the numbers in your favor. If you're able to do that and spread guys out the way they do, play with the amount of tempo, you see guys all the time. They're not even getting lined up. Next, they are throwing the ball all over the ballpark. Tennessee would have had 2 more wins last year if they started Hendon Hooker from the start and then not mess up the bowl game. Tennessee's offense with a breath of fresh air for the ball fans in 2021 as it ranked among the nation's best in multiple categories. Makes sense given Heupel's track record on that side of the ball, but Tennessee certainly has the potential to be even better in 2022. Starts at the quarterback position where Hendon Hooker is back for another year. Some see the Virginia Tech transfer as a dark horse Heisman Trophy candidate after he threw for 31 touchdowns to just 3 interceptions in 11 starts. Let's go. Let's start the Hendon Hooker Heisman Trophy campaign now. Let's get it rolling. Hendon Hooker, you look at the facts, you look at history, you look at what Josh Heupel quarterbacks do in their second year in the system. Their numbers always go up. I expect to see the same from a quarterback who led the entire country with his quarterback rating. I think we're going to see Hendon Hooker take a step forward. It goes on to say he gets his top receiving target and the top returning SEC wide receiver in terms of production back in Cedric Tillman. How about that? Returning SEC wide receiver in terms of production, but the lack of respect on Cedric Tillman's name. I'm not seeing it enough out there. I'm not seeing it on all these preseason lists of top wide receivers in the country, top wide receivers in the SEC. Keep disrespecting. Keep making us the underdog. And watch Cedric Tillman go out and prove you wrong once again. Says the 6'3", 215-pound Tillman emerged from relative obscurity last season, caught 64 catches for 1,081 yards, 12 touchdowns, becoming Tennessee's first receiver to amass 1,000 yards in a single season in 9 years. Goes on to say Jalen Hyatt also back after closing an all-around disappointing 2021 season with an impressive showing in the Music City Bowl. Now with more weight and renewed work ethic, he seems primed to step up in a big way. We continue to hear that today after going through just 2 practices. Everybody says Jalen Hyatt looks the part. He's out there with confidence, making catches. Article wraps up here. Beating Georgia and Alabama is obviously no easy feat. The Bulldogs are the reigning national champions, and the Tide are a mainstay around the college football playoff. The Vols have not beaten Georgia since 2016, and their losing streak to Alabama dates back well over 15 years. It was the 2006 season that Tennessee last managed to beat both in the same year. And that's, looking at the streaks and the numbers and how long it's been, that goes back to battered Vol syndrome. Do you believe Tennessee can beat Alabama and Georgia? Or do you expect to beat Alabama and Georgia? Can they beat Alabama or Georgia? Because Roman Harper, the quote is there, he expects Tennessee to beat one of the 2 in this 2022 season. Is it possible? For me, I broke it down time and time and time again. Go find a way to win 8 games. If you win 9, that's icing on the cake. Just continue to show progress, continue to get better, and then recruiting is going to take care of itself. Once these young kids see that Tennessee is starting to win ball games, I think it's going to make it a lot easier. I think this coaching staff has the chemistry. I think these kids like what Josh Heupel has to sell. I think they like Spire Sports Group. But you've got to start to win ball games. Most of these kids weren't even alive when Tennessee had success. Hit that comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Can Tennessee beat Alabama or Georgia in 2022? Or a lot of these talking heads just putting it out there for clicks? As always, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up on the way out the door. Go check out the official merchandise of the Talkin' Vols Network. Go to bonfire.com/store/Talkin' Vols. Now would be the perfect time to pick up a Beat Bama or a Beat Georgia shirt. Get those things ordered. Get them in stock. So you have those once the season gets rolling, or you can just pick up the clean logo merchandise. I hope you guys will join me tonight. Again, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We're just going to be hanging out and talking about Vol football. If you've never stopped in for an NCAA stream, I encourage you to do so. It's always a good time interacting, hanging out, and chatting Tennessee football. But that's going to do it for this one. This is the Talkin' Vols Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.